Hey folks, you know I love my sweet whiskeys. This is decadent, delicious, the kind of whiskey that doesn't ease you in gently, it wraps you in richness from the first second. Definitely not a beginner pour, but if you love full-bodied, sherry-driven whiskey, this is a treat. Honestly, this is dessert in a glass, and with the holidays coming up, for me it feels just right. This here is Paul John Oloroso Select Cask from Goa, India, one of the hottest climates in the whiskey world. And that matters because tropical aging just pulls out so much of the wood so quickly. I talked about that a little bit in some of my other videos, which I'll link here or maybe in the description. But before I go too far, let me know in the comments, what's your favorite sherry finished whiskey? This one spends about 5 years in ex-bourbon casks and then 2 years in Oloroso sherry. And you can taste every bit of it. Yeah, on the nose. Like chewy golden raisins. Is that tea? Yeah, definitely something herbal like tea. I don't usually get that in sherry. A little bit of baking spice. Really subtle. Almost like you walked into your mom's kitchen as she's baking. So many smells, but you can't quite pick out what's what. But underneath that, there's still something a little spirited there. There's even like a polished wood note that hints at leather. Huh. That sweetness up front is wild. Really dark. And despite how oily it is in the glass, it's a little thinner on the mouth than you would expect. Yeah. Definitely nuts, like Brazil nuts, a little dryness, and that tea from the nose, even stronger here on the palate with the tannins. Don't get me wrong, it's sweet. Very sweet. Almost like Luxar almost like Luxardo cherries, orange marmalade. But here's the thing, this actually has a fairly high ABV, coming in at 48%. I love it this way, but I think a lot of people might want to add a few drops of water, open it up. Adding some water would, I think, soften it at the edges, that sort of polished wood note, and bring even more fruit forward. What I do love about the craft here is that the ex-bourbon sets the stage. You get sort of vanilla, honey, toasted oak, and then the Oloroso just loads it with dark fruit and a punchy sweetness. You take a sip and the whole thing just blooms. But as it sort of settles, it shifts into something interesting. There's sweetness for sure, but also that leather note, like the old armchair by a fireplace. And I might be getting like a hint of smoke, just a little bit. It ends sort of long with a hint of oak. Yeah. Sweet and smooth, no real spice. Instead, it's like a cherry syrup, not the fake store-bought syrup, but like homemade, boiling cherries with water and sugar for a cherry pie filling, layered and full-bodied. Yeah, the finish just goes on forever. I'm getting like a bitter dark chocolate, that dried fruit, and that leathery depth. That leather just keeps coming back. It lingers like a holiday evening that just stretches into the night. Maybe it's with, December here, and that's really the vibe here for me. Holiday whiskey, dessert whiskey, end of the night whiskey. Have it instead of dessert, or alongside it, something like a chocolate torte or a pecan pie. It all works. And if you want to play around with cocktails, I think this one's bold enough to hold its own. Like an old-fashioned, but just a touch of Demerara because of how sweet this is. If you can, add some pecan smoke to balance out the sweetness and bring out even more of the nuttiness, or a Rob Roy. Let that sherry cask work with the sweet vermouth and the bitters. But straight up, this is for people who love rich, complex whiskeys. If you're a fan of sherry whiskey, this one's for you. If you're a fan of sort of bold, textured, full-flavored whiskeys, give this a try. If you are entirely new to sherry whiskey, this might be a little much. But go big or go home. I'll leave that up to you. Okay, one last sip, and then we'll close it out here. Still decadent, intricate, and full-bodied, full of sweetness. A little bit of spice now. I'm actually getting chocolate, and that's a beautiful sort of leather thing, tying it all together still here. For me, like I said, this is a holiday pour from Paul John. I'm Chris. This is Short Pours. What are you drinking this holiday season? Thanks for watching. See you soon.